Welcome to my first ever podcast live stream here. Today, I am reacting to, let me make sure it's live here. Today I'm reacting, or not reacting. Today I am previewing every NFL team and what I think is going to happen or what I expect for them to happen. Now this is of course, oh crap, yeah that should be good. Now this is of course before, preseason starts essentially. And so this is a very interesting time because there's still a lot of question marks to be had. There's still a lot of let's see what happens in training camp. Let's see how battles get going. But this is today trying to do 2 minutes less on every NFL team because I hate when they just pick a few teams and talk about them all the time. We're doing every NFL team and what I expect for them going into the season or what I hope for them going into the season if I was a fan, right? So we're starting off at the top. We're staying in the AFC North. Ravens. Get the clock ready. See if I can get it done. The Ravens are very interesting to me because I think they could be Super Bowl champs. End of story. Next. Lamar Jackson, multiple-time MVP. This dude is a stud. I think he is... he needs more love, man. I know it's crazy to say from a multiple-time MVP, but dude can absolutely ball out. He's got a really good defense this year. They just picked up Jair Alexander. The safety they picked up in the draft is going to only solidify the secondary, which I thought was their biggest issue of need over the past few years. And so I think that with that, the Ravens are absolutely Super Bowl contenders. The question is going to be how they can do the playoffs. They're probably going to roll up into the playoffs with 13, 14 wins, and we'll see if they can get it done this year. I really like the Ravens. I'm high on them. I expect them to win the AFC North. I got ahead of myself a little bit there. But Zay Flowers, I think he's going to be 1,000 plus. Isaiah Likely's coming onto his own more and more. I like where they're going. Bengals. They're an interesting one because they have dogs on their squad. Joe Burrow is incredible. Jamar Chase, obviously incredible. Higgins, incredible. Are they going to sign Hendrickson or not? Their front office is really working with them right now. I don't know exactly what they're thinking about doing defensively. It seems like they're spending all their money on offense and not really caring about their defense. They have Joe Burrow, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the game, and I just don't know. I don't know if they're doing the best for him. Other than getting into the weapons, of course, because you got to get them your weapons. I don't expect the Bengals to be Super Bowl contenders this year. I do expect them to have a better year than last year. I expect them to be great. I think Joe Burrow's going to go crazy again. Staying healthy, of course. Jamar Chase is just... you can't take for granted what he's doing at this point. Bengals, I think they look great. Again, the question is going to be defensively. Can they do it defensively for me? I hope that they can get about 10, 11 wins. I think that'd be a great year for them. But I think a great year for them is to sign some contracts. You know what I'm saying? Bengals look good. I think they got second place in this division. Third place, Steelers. I'm not sure what to think about the Steelers. Also, if comment, if you're in the chat, leave a chat. We'll talk about whatever you want. Let's get it going. The Steelers, 500 ball as always. They to me, I think they're one of the worst. They're one of the worst predicaments in the NFL. They're just good enough to make the playoffs, but they're never good enough to win at all. They're also not bad enough to tank. Not like we want to tank in the NFL, but they're not bad enough to tank essentially and get a great quarterback in a draft. They're just hovering around that spot. Of course, the question is obviously, is Aaron Rodgers going to be good enough? Aaron Rodgers was one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I don't think he has that in him anymore. I think he's the third best quarterback in this division. I hope that he can still be a good quarterback. I hope to see the Steelers team do well because when the Steelers play great, it's great for the NFL. I just don't know if they have that in them. I don't know if the Steelers... I don't know if Aaron Rodgers can unlock that 12-win season that they need, 11-win, 12-win season with the Ravens and the Bengals in the conference. I wouldn't be surprised to see it because even though Aaron Rodgers isn't the same Aaron Rodgers as he was in the past, Dude can still play, right? He's still smart enough. Put him along with a great coach in Tomlin. Put him with DK Metcalf, I think, and that incredible defense of theirs. He doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers of the past. He just has to be good enough. They already locked down TJ Watt, thank Lord. That dude's an absolute monster. Aaron Rodgers needs to be like Alex Smith back in the day. Shout out my dog, Alex Smith. They need to be good. He needs to be good enough to get him to second, third round in the playoffs and just see what happens. That defense is absolutely incredible. They're a unit. They made some interesting moves this offseason, which I like. In complete honesty, it's just, again, are they going to just break that 500? Cleveland Browns. Cleveland. What is Cleveland Browns? What would I want to see if I'm the Cleveland Browns? Shedeur Sanders. Now, I don't know how good he's going to be. I watched a lot of his games in college, like a lot of us did. I went to the University of Utah, so I got to watch a lot of Colorado games just because I'm interested in the Big 12 big time. The question is, can he win out the job? And if he does win out that job, because really it wasn't. Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, which is great. Are they going to give Joe Flacco the keys? At some point, even if Joe Flacco wins a job, I think they got to give him a chance. And how is he going to do? Super interesting to me. Myles Garrett is one of the best players in the league, regardless of position. That dude is just a freaking unit. A massive dude. But defensively, I think they're a good defensive team. Really good defensive team if they put it all together. One of the top if they could put it together. But quarterback play, we'll see what happens. It's too good of a conference. I don't expect them to be too great. But I'm just really curious to see how Shedeur does. In that division, I talked about it earlier. I expect Ravens to win that division. Bengals second, Steelers third, Browns fourth. I feel like it's a bit of a boring pick. But I would not be surprised if Bengals and Steelers swap and Steelers go 2. AFC East. Buffalo Bills. They're winning it. I don't think there's any debate, any question who's going to do this, who's going to win. Buffalo Bills they're just that team. Josh Allen, obviously MVP, 99 overall in Madden. If that means anything, I don't really care about that, to be honest. But he is a stud. They just don't have weapons. That's the biggest thing. Josh Allen is a stud even in the playoffs. If you look at his numbers, I don't have them on me right now. Even in the playoffs, he is a stud. He does great. He puts up MVP-type numbers even in the playoffs. So that's not the question to me. The question to me is everyone else around him going to kind of step up? I think defensively they're a great unit too. I don't think they have any problem defensively. As far as going into the playoffs, I just think he needs weapons around him to step up, right? Is Keon Coleman going to take that next step and be a wide receiver one? Like a true wide receiver one? Is Kincaid, my dog Kincaid out of Utah, is he going to be a top 5 tight end in the league, top 8 tight end in the league? If you watched him against USC, that was a great game. In college, I even watched him in college. His route running was great. His ability to read defenses and just be in the right spot is great. Are those two going to step up enough? There's more out there too, but they need someone to step up and just be a consistent target for Josh Allen going into the playoffs so they can get that. To me, I think where they're great at is first and second down, the run game's good. Josh Allen's great in the run game. They need a third down specialty, right? They need a Tony Gonzalez. I'm not going to put Tony Gonzalez in this game. They just need someone like a Tony Gonzalez, a Rob, what's his name on the Niners? I forgot his name. Not the Kittle receiver. Anyway, they need somebody to be open and be a consistent target both as a third down weapon and in the red zone. If they can get that, they should be in. I don't want to say should be. AFC's too tough. They have a great chance to make it to the Super Bowl, which would be awesome to see. All right, Dolphins. I don't know what to think about the Dolphins. They made some moves. I just don't. That I don't like. Tua has to be protected. He needs a good line. I just don't know if they have that in him right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Tyreek Hill needs a bounce back year. Not saying he wasn't good last year, because he was still good. But he wasn't the Tyreek Hill that we know and love. Or at least know that he's one of the best in the game. He didn't have that season last year. I don't know what happened, but I hope that he can get it back this year and kind of be that Tyreek again. It'd be great to see, especially with that Mike McDaniel's offense, just seeing how just they run and gun, how incredible Tyreek can be in that system, along with Jalen Waddle, and HN. They have so many good weapons on offense. They are so fast. They have a great mastermind coach to really run that offense. I just can't see how they don't do better than they were. Again, the big part of it staying healthy is protecting Tua, but they're just so good offensively. They're so fun to watch. They should be better. They should be better. But I just don't see that in them. I hope it happens. I just don't see it. They need their guys to step up. They need to be the creative juggernaut that they once were. They need to be able to control the offense, to be able to put defenses on their heels, have them guessing back and forth what they're going to do. And I just don't know if they can do that. I hope they do. I probably see a 9-win season for them. Just good enough if they all stay healthy. It'd be awesome to see Waddle doing his thing. The defense got to step up. Tua's got to step up. O-line's got to step up. Tyreek's got to step up. There's a lot of question marks. And Mike McDaniel's on a hot seat, which I didn't think would happen. I think he's a great coach. But if he just keeps up at it this way, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if their odds are in Vegas, but no, I'm not betting on them. They're too much of a wild card. Patriots. Stephon Diggs, baby. Very great choice there to pick up for receiver. They need somebody for their quarterback, Drake May. They need somebody. The question is, I don't know if I like their Q. I love their coach. I hate their team. They beat my team for years. But I'm very excited to see what the Patriots can do. Or as far as what Stephon Diggs can do, if they can get their system back, if they can get a culture back, because right now it's just not looking good. I kind of see the same thing happening again this year. I think they'll be a little bit better. I think they'll be better disciplined, better coached. Just like a little bit better as far as like developing a culture, and so that will just push them a little bit higher. If I'm a Patriots fan, I just want to see glimpses of culture. Yeah, I've been living with Belichick system culture for 15 years, whatever it was, before all this, and it was just no one steps on the line, no one jogs on the field, essentially. Every little minute detail was perfected, and obviously you had one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady. But I'm not worried about quarterback, right? What I want to see is just a team bought into a system. That would give me hope for the future. Because obviously this year's not going to be the year they win the Super Bowl. But if they can give me glimpses of something, if Drake May can give me glimpses of a good quarterback, give me good play from time to time, if they can give me bought-in players, I'm feeling good about moving forward. But a lot of question marks. Jets. I am... It's just a tough time to be a Jets fan. Always is. The biggest thing, I keep talking about quarterback play because it's the most important thing in NFL. Quarterback play. Justin Fields is very interesting to get to be able to see him. On the Bears, I didn't like their system. I didn't like the offensive style that they had with him. He showed glimpses of being a fun quarterback. Then he goes to Steelers, and it was like, oh, he's pretty good. He's doing well. And then they made a decision, Tomlin, to put in Russ instead of him. And Russ did really good. He did a great job at managing the game. But it wasn't, I don't say good enough. But he took Russ and put him in, right? So, Justin Fields, with this team, with this system, is he going to be fun to watch? Is he going to give me something that I'm going to wake up on Sunday and say, I know we're not the best team in the world, but at least we're having fun, right? We got a great D-line. My jaw off a little bit. We got a great D-line. We got some good players. But is this team going to be... Is this team going to be at least give me glimpses of fun on a Sunday, right? There's a lot of work this team needs to do in the front office, bringing in players, free agents, keeping their players if they have them, they're good. But it's not looking good. Not looking good, bro. I think AFC East, it looks like it is on paper right there, where I think Bills take first. I think that's a no-brainer. Dolphins second. Patriots third. Jets fourth. I think that's how it goes. If Tua gets hurt, then obviously there's some things up in the air. Actually, you know what? No. I was going to say Jets might take third, but I can't see it. AFC South. Oh, man, this is hard talking like this for 15 minutes. Maybe streamers do have harder than 95. Just kidding. No. AFC South. Texans. CJ Stroud looked like a quarterback of the future. He looked like one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league his freshman year. Freshman year, his rookie year. Little known fact, he was the first team to look at him in high school was the University of Utah, and we didn't get him. He went to Ohio State. Great decision, even as a Utah fan. Can he become the same guy that we thought he'd be in his rookie year? Right, sophomore he was still a stud. I feel like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, sophomore slump. He's not looking as good." Chill. I think C.J. Stroud was still a great quarterback last year. I think he just has. Anytime you get more game tape, you give defensive coordinators a little bit more chance to see what's working, what doesn't work against you, what your strengths and weaknesses are. Just a little bit of advantage. The big difference here is C.J. Stroud knows too. He knows what they have. He knows what he's good at. So he's going to go in this offseason. He's going to work on what was taken away from him a little bit last year, what he did well, what he didn't do well. He's going to come back. I think he's going to be a top 7 quarterback again this year. He's just a stud, man. His receiver play, Nico Collins, I don't know how. He's a stud. I was going to say, I don't know what other weapons he has around him, honestly, right now, because I think some people got hurt. But I like the Texans. I love their decision to trade up 2 years ago and get Will Anderson. I think he is a monster. I think he's going to show himself as one of the best DNs in the game, outside linebackers in the game this year. So I'm excited to see what the Texans have. I think looking around to the rest of the division, I'm not scared that they're going to win the AFC. They're not going to win the AFC South. You never know in football, of course. You can see the Jaguars might just mess around and be great again somehow. Great again, as they had like one good year when they beat my Chargers. But Texans win this division. Not a surprise to anybody. I feel like the AFC, the top 14, or all AFC winners, majority of people are going to pick them. I don't think there's any like shock in saying the Ravens, the Bills, the Texans, and spoiler alert, the Chiefs are going to win their division. But I'm excited to see what the Texans can do. It's not about just winning the AFC South for them. It's can they take that next step? Again, C.J. Stroud looked really good his rookie year. He looked like he was going to be this all-perennial, all-pro kind of guy year in and year out. Took a little step back, but was still solid. Can he take that next leap? Can the Texans become they might mess around and win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years. That's what I want to see from them. I don't want to see just winning the AFC South. I don't think that's good enough for where they're at now. Can they make it to the next jump? That's what I want to see. They got a couple guys in there between him and Will Anderson. I think those guys are going to be like, hey, we're that guy. All right. Colts. You released some of my dogs, man. I'm mad at you for that. This one, the Colts are interesting to me. I watched a lot of Colts games last year because they had some of my favorite players on their team. But they seem like they're stuck in the middle of a rock and a hard place to me. I think they have some great guys on their team. Linebacker play is incredible. They got some good DBs out there. They got some good weapons on offense, obviously. Got a good line. But then they have like a lot of dips. They have a lot of guys that just aren't where they need to be. They got a lot of, I don't want to say bad players, but they got a lot of players that need to step up and a lot of positions that need to be filled. One of those is quarterback. I don't know if Ant AR could be that guy. When I watched him in college at Florida, my biggest thing was I wish that he would have been given, I wish that he would have stayed another year, which is crazy to say for someone that was a number 4 pick overall, top 4 pick, I believe. to stay in college for another year. But when I watched him at Florida, I remember saying his talent, obviously, his intangibles are out of this world. But he's just not accurate enough with the ball. I don't know if he's reading the defenses well enough. I don't know what the exact reason is between him not being able to get it done. It's hard because he's been hurt so much that I haven't been able to see that in the NFL, other than just some poor passes that sail on him, some bad decisions that he's had. But the sample size still isn't that big for someone who's going into his third year in the NFL. I still like him. I still think he has a high ceiling. Obviously, that cannon is crazy. His speed is crazy. He can truck people like no other. I like him a lot still. I just don't know if he has it in him, right? There's still a couple other positions on the Colts that I just don't know. And so you look at this team and go, this is a team that if they just mess around, get a couple pieces, they could mess around and give the Texans a run for their money in this division. The problem is I just don't see it happening right now. I think they have their holes on their team are just too big of holes to be overlooked. And I don't know if they can get past that. So they're kind of like the Steelers to me. They're not in a position to sell. They're not in a position to stay. They're just kind of stuck. And I hope that they figure it out, and I hope that they can do better. Obviously, I feel like most teams, I want them to do great, other than a few teams here and there. I won't say their names. But I feel like if they can just figure out a couple things, a couple guys can step up, including, I don't know if D-line would be one of them, because they got some dogs on D-line. They're just good overall. They're good everywhere. I just don't know if they're going to be great. And so I kind of see like a 500, maybe a little bit below 500 year for them. Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward, one of the least talked about number one picks in a while, or at least hyped up on everything I'm seeing on like ESPN, NFL Network. Other than a couple years ago when the Jags picked. I forgot who they picked. Walker. But obviously he's a quarterback, so he should be talking about more. I'm excited to see them. I think Cam Ward in college was so fun to watch when he was both at Washington State and when he was at Miami. I think he just has a great knack for the game. He can spin the ball. He makes great reads, which is super important. He's able to make those tight deliveries when he needs to. I like his game a lot. Of course, when you get drafted to the worst team in the NFL record-wise, there's going to be a lot of things that you need to fix. Now, not everybody can go from top one, top two, worst team in the league like the Texans did a couple years ago and make the playoffs. But I don't expect that from them. If I'm a Titans fan, all I want to do is just see glimpses. It's the same thing I talked about earlier with, I forgot who it was. Was it the Browns? We'll go back. But I just want to see glimpses of greatness from the Titans. I want to see Cam Ward have moments where I was like, dude, is this guy going to be that good? Like, he might mess around and be a top guy. That's what I want to see. I want to see their O-line play a little bit better. I want to see them establish some sort of identity offensively, whether it's getting a run game, whether it's just aerating it out like he did at Washington State and Miami. I want to see how they do. Defensively, I think they have a couple good players. They just have a lot of holes on their team. I do like some of their pickups, our offseason additions at linebacker. They just overall just need to show something to me. They need to show glimpses. I don't care if I was on their team. I'm not pressed if they don't go 500 or above. I just want to I want to stick around in games. I want to see Cam Ward handle an offense. I want to see him control the offense. When we get down, I want to see him stay calm, run the game, or run the offense, run the system, and just be a solid quarterback. That's what I want to see. Jaguar fans, I don't want to see you at all. You beat my Chargers 2 years ago in the playoffs. I'm still mad at you for that. Coming back from, 24 down. I don't care. Next. I'm still mad about that thing, man. But what I want to see from the Jags, Trevor Lawrence be better. You were one of the highest rated quarterbacks coming out of high school. You were the number one pick pretty much every single year while you were in Clemson. I need you to be better. I need you to tap into that great quarterback that we all thought you'd be. Right now, you just aren't that guy. I still think you have it in you. I think you got some dogs on you on offense now. Travis Hunter coming in. Really good. Obviously, a really good receiver. I don't think he should have won that award last year. But Travis Hunter is a dog. He's a great number 2 behind your number 1, Brian Thomas, who's just, dude, that guy is incredible. Watch out for him to be all-pro this year. He might mess around and do it. Trevor Lawrence, you got 2 weapons on offense now. You got a good running back. Well, I think you had a good running back battle between Etienne and Bixby. But either way, you have good weapons on offense now. I need to see you take a leap. I can't see you being the same quarterback that you've been for the past couple years where it's like, oh yeah, he's not bad. He's okay. I need to see you be a great quarterback. Defensively, I think there's some, I don't know exactly if it's just not enough quarterback pressure last year. I didn't watch too many of the games, to be completely honest. Although here and there, of course, I try to watch as much as I can with every team, but you can't watch them all. I need to see the defense just hold down the fort a little bit more for their offense. Maybe get some more turnovers. I'd have to look more specifically. I'm not prepared on that one, to be honest. But if I'm a Jaguar fan, more rules. I need to see something. You can't go from 2 years ago being like, dude, this team's making second round. They look good. They have a great future, a great quarterback, great weapons, good defense, and then just be like, we suck again. We suck again. I can't see that this year. So, I don't want that. I already talked about, so going over the AFC South, Texans 1, Jags 2, Colts 3, Titans 4. I probably just changed that right now as I was talking about them. AFC West, Broncos. Broncos. I'm a Chargers fan. I've been to probably like 6 Broncos-Chargers games, and I don't think I watched the Chargers win once. I hate you! Ugh. Bo Nix, stud. Absolutely. He's a very smart quarterback, very accurate quarterback. He makes the right decisions. A perfect guy for Sean Payton. Other than Drew Brees, who's the perfect. But a perfect guy in that system. They just signed Sutton, locked him down long term. I think they have some good weapons. Devon Bailey, I think he'll be a good, I don't know if he'll probably be a wide receiver 3, but he makes good plays. Running game, I think, is going to be nice this year. I think they're going to get, their offensive line is nice. I think they're going to do a good job playing the Sean Payton system, and it's going to be run the ball, nice, quick, either short game offensively, try to open up the field with something deep, check down, and just convert third down. First down, run the ball, pick up 4 yards, pick up a couple more yards on second down, third and 1, third and 2, convert. I think that's what it's going to be. I think you're going to see a lot of third and shorts with this team, and they're going to be probably one of the highest third down percentage teams as far as like picking up a third down. I think they're going to be that team. I don't know where their ceiling's at, being in a league with the Chiefs and the Chargers. So it's hard to get in the playoffs with those two teams in there. I know I'm super biased as a Charger fan, but that's kind of, it's just hard. On top, not only that, you got the Ravens, the Bills, the Bengals, the Texans, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Steelers that are always around. There's just not much room to sneak in there, right? But there's always an opportunity. Year two? Is it year 2 under Sean Payne or year 3? Either way, year 2 under Bo Nix. I expect them to be good this year. I just don't know how good they'll be. I expect the defense to be absolutely rocking like they were last year, just a turnover machine. Just absolute ball hawks out there, get to the ball, get to the line of scrimmage, make a play, don't miss many tackles. Bo Nix control the offense. I think they'll be a really good team this year. But I just don't know how good this really good is. And I got an update from something I got to check real quick. Oh, wow. That's huge. I like that news a lot. Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. I don't want to say I hate you. I respect you. I love you. I don't love you. I love your game. I love what you bring to the table as far as the squad goes. I really respect a lot of things that you do. Just know that I hate you and I don't. I as a Charger fan, it's just so tough to see them do well every year. all the time. 9 years in a row they've won this division. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and they just give me so many gray hairs every year because no matter how good we're going to be, we're going to have to play against this team and try to find a way to win. I respect you. Travis Kelce's a dog. You got some weapons on offense. They're just so freaking fast. You got some really good receivers. You got a good offensive line, even though you lost one of your guys last year. Andy Reid's one of the best minds offensively and head coaches in the game. Defensively, you got one of the best D coordinators to ever exist in spec. You have one of the best corners in the game. One of the best D tackles, if not the best D tackle. You're too good. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of how good you guys are. Chiefs, I expect you to win a lot. I expect you to be 14-win team. I expect you to win the AFC West. I expect you to beat us. And I'm sick of it. Raiders. What can Pete Carroll do with this team? What culture is he going to put with the Raiders? This Raiders team has been, I won't say laughingstock, but they're stuck in limbo. A lot of fans are very upset with where they've been. They just seem to be going nowhere for the past X amount of years. Can this thing turn around? Can there be a system bought in? Can your players get bought into? I guess you had a system last year too, but then you fired your coach. I obviously bring in Pete Carroll, and he's a stud, but what are you guys going to do? Geno Smith dropped one of the hardest lines and say he's not here to gamble. He's here to run the table, whatever it was. Dude, that guy's nice. We'll see what he can do. Brock Bowers looks like he's going to be a generational tight end. In his first year, he's breaking just record after record. They couldn't stop him. They had nobody else on offense at one point, and it was just him. They still couldn't stop him. Brock Bowers is, dude, he is unbelievable. What can they do with him? What can they do with his offense? They obviously draft Ashton Gentry, so they should have a good running game, at least on pay, or at least with him. They should have a good running game. A great running game. Check that. They should have a great running game with him if they can get it going. They have a potentially generational tight end, so you should be able to run the ball, pick up 4 yards, 5 yards on first down, and then you have two downs to get Brock Bowers the ball for a first down. That dude's going to have 100-plus catches this year. He's an absolute menace. I expect the Raiders to be better. I don't expect them to be good. If I'm them, I just want to see a good run game. I want to see Geno Smith be a good quarterback. I want to see the defense take a step forward. Max Crosby stay healthy. And I just want to compete. Just compete in games and don't beat my Chargers by 50 again, please. Chargers. Oh, I think I'm going to have to stop after the AFC and then do the NFC tomorrow. Chargers. I don't know what to say about you guys. I love you so much. You break my heart every year, and I still come back and think this year is going to be different. But this year is going to be different because the Chargers locked down Rashawn Slater. We have Joe Alt. Our bookends are great. We brought in some help on the interior line. We need to avoid that internal pressure we gave up last year. Justin Herbert. It's so funny to me because I hear a lot of people online saying Justin Herbert's so overrated, most overrated quarterback in the league. But then I hear a lot of people say he's okay. It's not many people I'm hearing saying he's like a top 5 quarterback, but then he gets all this hate. You know what? I don't even care what everyone else says. I don't care what the haters say. Justin Herbert, I don't think it's necessarily, of course it's his fault, right? It's always goes both ways. But I think a big part of it is they just didn't let him sling the thing. They didn't let him throw the rock. They didn't let him take chances, throw it downfield. But also he doesn't really have too many weapons to go downfield, right? Ladd McConkey's a stud. Incredible his rookie year. But is he a guy that's going to go down the seam, get outside the hashes, and pick up like a long out route, right? I don't know if he is that guy. He's more of like a inside guy, run a post, run shallow, get across. I love Ladd McConkey, but outside of him, what do we got, right? QJ, are you going to step up? Are you going to be the guy outside the hashes that can spread the defense out, make them honest, and open up the run game a little bit more for us. I hope. I don't know. Is the run game going to get going? We got some absolute studs in the offensive line. Can we be able to play a Harbaugh system where we're just going to run the ball, run down your throat, Herbert, third down conversion, run it, third down conversion? Are we going to open up and let Herbert throw the ball downfield more, open up the passing game for him, let him use that cannon that he has? Is he going to scramble a little bit more, get outside the pocket on boots a little bit more? I'm not sure exactly what to expect, but what I do expect, or what I do hope for, is an 11-12 win season. That to me is a great Charger season. Go in I guess we can't be go in with one of the better records in the NFL. We got the defense to do it. We got the line to do it. We got a quarterback to do it. We got a coach to do it. Can we finally do it? That's the question I have. Thanks everyone for watching. That was my first installment of my live stream. I've been trying to live stream every day. Appreciate everybody showing up. Take some time every day to make someone smile as always. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your predictions. Oh yeah, Chiefs 1, Chargers 2, Broncos 3, Raiders 4. Peace.